Hi, I'm Christopher Avery. Do you share responsibility with others to get things done, but you're not in charge of them, they're not in charge of you, but your reputation, your credibility, your performance, and ultimately your paycheck depends on what you do together? I thought so. Well, then I'd like to tell you how to frustrate, thwart, and ultimately bring down any team in 4 easy steps without even trying. Everyone says they want to be on a winning team, and nobody ever says they want to be on a lousy team. So how come we get the frustrating teams much of the time? Here are the steps you can take to make sure that your teams remain the worst, most frustrating experiences ever. Master each of these 4 steps, and then be sure to pass them to others, so they too can bring their teams down. These steps are especially important if you want to bring agile practices to a standstill. Step 1. Assume someone else is responsible for team building. Never, under any circumstances, should you allow yourself to feel a sense of ownership for the quality and productivity of the whole team, collaboration, partnership, or relationship. By all means, let someone else do that, preferably someone you can despise for not having as much technical competence as you. Also, assume team building is so much black magic instead of a skill set composed of straightforward, repeatable conversations anyone can bring to any relationship anytime. Repeat after me. I specialize in hard skills. Why? Someone, anyone, regardless of their role in the team, who cares about the productivity of the team will make a huge difference in putting into motion the conversations and ideas that build the team. But when no one does, then it's completely up to chance whether the team develops effective dynamics. Consider this. 15 years ago, I had the opportunity to interview dozens of science and engineering staff in a couple of large failed programs. Everyone was a top 10% graduate from a top 10 university, the creme de la creme. When asked to what do you owe your participation in this failed program, the number one response was, I got put on a bad team. Memorize that line, I got put on a bad team, so you can repeat it in your next review or even earlier, maybe tomorrow. Step 2, resist attending to anything other than the most narrow description of your role accountability. Whatever you do, refuse all invitations to meetings, orientations, or informal gatherings where the team's overall mission might be discussed. If you do, you might get sucked into caring. And if you actually cared, then you might feel a sense of ownership. And next thing you know, you'll be sub-optimizing for your own role and optimizing for the whole. Why? The number one point of leverage for team building and team leadership is to talk together about the larger goal. I call it the what you must do together that is bigger than any of us, requires all of us, and none of us can claim individual victory until it's achieved conversation. Step 3. Care less whether others on the team and extended teams are winning or losing. By all means, whatever you do, maintain a constant visual of nonchalance about how what you do affects others on the team or beyond. This is relatively easy to master. Besides repeating the mantra, I don't care, you can also, 1, assume the only way to motivate anyone is with carrots and sticks of management, which peers on teams don't have available. Thus, you can't affect others' commitment. Yeah, assume that. Number 2, never ask what's in it for you, beyond a paycheck, to work on this project. Never ask that. That way you can continue to not care. And you also don't have to know whether you're stepping on someone's win. Step 3. Also, never own up to having any inspiration at all about why you come to work other than for continued employment and a paycheck. That way you can maintain low interest and commitment to most things. And also, number 4, finally assume that other people and departments should do what you think they should do because you all get a paycheck from the same company. Why? Most people say they want to be on a winning team. That means actually practicing win, win, win at every level and juncture, which requires some caring, some knowledge, and some effort. And that means understanding how motivation works. You can understand it if you want to, and committing to generate as many wins as possible out of every decision and action. Here's step number 4 about how to frustrate any team without even trying. Make only agreements you must in order to get others to leave you alone, and then don't worry about keeping them. Since there's a fuzzy authority system in teams, collaborations, and partnerships, feel free to say and do anything you can to get people to leave you alone. That usually means resisting opting in and engaging until they twist your arm, and then saying whatever you must in order to end the pain and move on. Making agreements you never intend to keep is a great way to ensure continual frustration and failure. Why? Teams, collaborations, and partnerships operate on a different frequency than the hierarchical functions of an organization. Where authority structures create the fabric of the institution, making and keeping agreements of all types, from operating rules to delivering work, creates the fabric of the team. Now, all kidding aside, in sum, to make sure you continue to be frustrated your entire career by being on a lousy, low-performing teams, then whatever you do, please don't register for or attend Knowledge Team Leadership, the art and science of being amazingly effective in any team, October 21st and 22nd, 2008 in Boulder, Colorado. If you do, I might show you how learning to get more done with others may be the single greatest thing you can do to boost your career. P.S. Seating is limited and should fill soon. Hurry. And if you're watching this afterwards or can't attend, just go ahead and click through to the link on the video, and I'll share all the information I can with you about how to be phenomenally successful. I'm Christopher Avery. Thanks.